Welcome to episode 17 of Bronze Age Caveman, Wrath of Inanna. This isn't the last episode after all. We got one more after this one. Please like, comment, subscribe, whatever, if you happen to find this video. On the evening of delivery day, the offering of 10 spears and 10 shields are loaded into a cart prepared for delivery to clergy. Veelam, Mead, and Jelu stand near the cart on Euphrates Avenue. 4 thralls stand behind the cart prepared to accompany Veelam. Bishop and Uruk priest will meet you at the temple. The temple is damaged, but clergy has been working to clean it up. The anteroom was not damaged for some reason. That is where they will meet you. I do not know how many guards they have. They will be prepared. They can't have another fiasco like the other day. Be calm. You won't be alone. Perhaps there will be no issues, but take this whistle. Blow it at the first sign of trouble. Veelam takes the whistle and puts it in his side pouch. Try not to get yourself killed. I'll keep an eye on the shop while you are gone. I bet Inanna needs me for a higher purpose and will see me through. Don't count on it. I would not trust that bitch for anything. Veelam clambers into the cart and drives it west on Euphrates Highway. The 4 thralls follow behind. Veelam turns north on Center Avenue, past buildings destroyed in the earthquake, then past Beer Hall towards the Uruk city wall, then through the Temple Square south gate to the base of the ziggurat. Forgar meets them. You'll have to get the equipment up the stairs. The 4 thralls grab the spears and shields. Forgar leads Veelam and the thralls up the stairs. Makeshift wooden stairs fill the gaps in the ziggurat stairs caused by the earthquake. The temple is destroyed. The front entrance is blocked by debris. The temple doors have been placed as a makeshift ramp into the ruins. 2 thralls work to clear the debris. Forgar, Veelam, and the 4 thralls make their way through the ruined temple and into the anteroom. Please, Veelam, have your thralls place the equipment on the table. Thank you. The thralls place the 10 spears and 10 shields on the anteroom table, then exit the anteroom. Uruk priest exhales loudly and surveys the equipment. You are to offer 50. I see only 10 each. With due respect, I should not need to remind you I was to offer 10 up front. You are to provide me with authority to tax to pay for the remaining 40. No, you too are mistaken. All are due now. Do not forget who is in charge here. Bullshit, you senile piece of shit. There are 10 each. Babylon will get the rest when I get my authority to collect taxes and pay for the rest. The guards surround Veelam and block his exit. 2 grab him by his arms. You are not going anywhere until I get the remaining material. Meanwhile, Baal leads 5 armed thralls into the ziggurat rear entrance, per Mead's instructions. Looks like your thralls have abandoned you. And you know this isn't about some measly spears and shields. This is about order and obedience to the gods. I would have snatched me too if I had the chance. We know you helped Reed escape his just sacrifice to the gods. Anoma is alive, still alive, and quite lucid. Anoma didn't kill Reed and Kuzao and burn them as part of a 3-way suicide pact because of some lover's envy. No. Kuzao bashed Anoma on the back of her skull. She has the bruises to prove it. There's no way she could have done that to herself. And that Hortu poisoned her. And we have another witness. Mead tried to strangle him behind the ziggurat, but he survived and told us he saw Chal and Mead load Kuzao and Reed into the back of a cart. And Inanna is quite scornful. She demands Reed burn. The earthquake shall continue until Reed is burned or Babylon is destroyed. And she shall burn Uruk and Larsa and Lagash and all the cities. Liar, you are exceeding your authority. You'll change your tune in about 5 seconds. Veelam pulls the whistle from his pouch and blows loud and long. The guards grab Veelam and force him into a chair. Uruk priest flies into a rage and raises his cane. I shall flay you until you tell me where Reed is, for the sake of Babylon. And swings and strikes Veelam across the face. The decon doors slam open. The guards and priests turn to look, and Veelam's thralls enter online in battle gear. Veelam breaks free and sprints to a position behind the thralls. Mead and Slavan emerge, take a position behind Veelam's thralls. Don't just stand there, form a line. And Baal and his thralls emerge from the stairwell. The temple guards form a line in battle position facing the thralls. Looks like we have a bit of a standoff. It is up to you how this is going to end. Either we sit down and hammer out the details of our remaining obligations, or we leave it to Inanna to decide whose blood will flow. The guards advance. The thralls prepare. Try not to kill anyone. Lunge. Retract. Lunge. Retract. 3 guards retreat into the anteroom bedchamber. 2 guards raise their hands. Let's settle this down. Then they drop their spears and shields. Help! I'm drowning in blood. Timargar Yellow, you're fine. There's not a scratch on you. You might want to get off the floor. You wouldn't want to get killed or anything. Timargar Yellow crawls on his hands and knees toward the anteroom bedroom chamber. Thralls, keep the guards in the bedchamber until we figure out what to do with them. Thralls, keep... Mead, I see you remain skilled at training soldiers, even these thralls. I judge thralls as much by martial prowess as by skills in trade, but they are not all my thralls. Veelam's thralls are skilled as well. Regardless, I did not come here to fight. I came here to discuss the next steps we need to take to complete offering to Inanna. I only brought my thralls for protection. I do not trust the priest. Bishop remains on the floor. Uruk priest lies on the floor. Slavan, check the priest. He appears in distress. Slavan checks the priest for breath and pulse. No breath, no pulse. He is dead. He doesn't look any deader than usual. Are you sure? Okay, check the wounded in the bedchamber. Treat them if necessary. The thrall is very valuable. Where did you get him? He is not mine yet. His master was a Rook surgeon's assistant. He died in the quake. I'll keep him under my care until the heir to his master's property comes forward. You are still quite the badass, Mead. That was crazy. Do you want to get down to business? This is not complicated. The offering requirement was explained clearly on Mass Day. You may believe in Noma's story. I bet that is why I walked into this mess. You know what I think? I think she is the problem. There are others who lend credence to her story. Look, the big picture. I know Babylon has its hands full fighting the Assyrians in the north. Babylon needs weapons, and you know we are the most suitable for providing them. I hold the reins of power in Uruk. You have no power. I could have killed all the temple guards. I could have killed you. I could have killed priests, but it looks like nature took care of that. We need to focus on what is really important and not worry about what some temple priestess and no-account witnesses have to say. What is important is preservation of the kingdom of Babylon. We can revisit the other things later. Now, grant Veelam his power to tax so we can finance the production of the remaining war materials. There's a minor problem. What? I do not have the authority to grant the power of tax. Only Rook Priest has the authority to grant the power to tax in South Babylon. Mead sighs heavily. Veelam interjects. I hate to overstep my station. Go ahead. Nothing ever stopped you before. Who has the authority to appoint Uruk priest? I do, of course. Simple solution. Name me Uruk priest. I'll appoint myself tax collector. That's highly irregular, but considering the situation, it is an expedient solution. Okay, I'll have the appropriate paperwork pressed into clay and kiln fired. Veelam lets the realization that he has just become the most powerful man in South Babylon and is subordinate only to Bishop and the king. Veelam goes into the anteroom bedchamber. Forgar, come here. Looks like I'm your boss now. And Bronze Age Caveman, Wrath of Inanna, episode 17.